Okay, guys, so we're back. This is going to be a Power Rangers spoilercast. So, obviously, with that title, you should expect full spoilers for the movie. And get this: when we did our Iron Fist one, people were pissed we were talking spoilers. I'm like, it says spoilercast in the title. Like,
Yeah, why would you listen to a spoiler cast?
so
I think that might be in the running for one of the dumbest comments we've ever had.
Yeah.
We've had some dumb ones in the past, but that...
Right. So,
Yeah, that's
I mean,
okay.
I'm here. This is your host, Armin. As always, I'm here with Tom.
There you
Here
go.
with Mitch. And
What's
we're
up?
joining with a long time, he jumps in occasionally when we want his opinion, the salty Tom Carter.
Hiya.
If old-time fans might remember him as Sonic Tom, as we used to refer to him.
Yeah, that was a long time ago when I think the first podcast was
Holy
Avengers.
shit.
Yeah, you joined us for the Avengers.
That seems
Yeah.
like a lifetime
That was good.
ago, honestly.
I know.
5
Oh
years.
my god.
It's crazy.
So, yeah, Power Rangers. I'm interested because we have a varied opinion on this movie here. I think we're all over the place for once, so it's going to be a good discussion, I hope. So quickly, just to kind of kick it off, I will say, I like the movie, but here's my problem with it, and it's a big problem. The first hour and 10 minutes is chronicle and has me interested in the direction they're going. And then the last 20 minutes is such a jarring transition to the insanity that is Power Rangers and the cheese that it feels like two different movies.
It doesn't make sense either.
Yeah, and do you know what the main thing is as well? If they had just given them the ability to morph earlier on, that could have been a slower transition.
Yeah.
But they made that a plot point that they couldn't morph. And I love the first, I don't know, like half and a bit of the movie. Like that's the best part of the movie. And I do really like the second, like the ending of the movie and all of that. But it's just, yeah, it just doesn't mesh together. And
The thing is,
start
though,
connecting tissue.
it's like a 15-minute episode stretched out over 2 hours, and
Yeah.
they missed the second of the end of the
Yeah.
second act.
I've-
And it's like, well, where the fuck is it? Like, oh, they have the Zords. They have to do it this way. You know, you magically can do everything after falling over
Yeah.
once. It's like that makes no sense.
I would have been happy with them not even having the Zords in this movie. Just like that's just something. Maybe they're parts.
But then it's not a Power Ranger movie, is it?
Yeah, but you can still have them in the base. Like they see them all
I mean,
shut down, covered in dust anyway. Like it'd just be good. Like,
the thing-
at some point you'll be able to learn
The
to use
thing I
these.
feel is like, and they kind of did what Lost Galaxy did, where Power Rangers Lost Galaxy, the TV series, was a slow burn. They don't get their Zords till like 7 episodes in. And they seem to be
Yeah.
going down
Yeah.
that direction. And then there's literally that moment where the Black Ranger, he like jumps into the thing. He's using it, like
Yeah.
running crazy. Then they're like, oh, we got these Zords. The next time you see the Zords, they're like perfectly controlling them. They're like one with them. I'm like, that wasn't even part of your training. Like, the third act
Yeah.
feels rushed to get to the Power Ranger stuff, and like it just feels jarring to me.
And it's annoying because the third act is probably the most Power Rangers part of the movie.
I think
And also, it just sucks. That third act is terrible.
It's better than the show, like with the spandex and shit.
That's debatable.
it's almost as if they were writing a very good character-driven story, and then halfway through writing the end of the second act, they're like, "Oh crap, we're meant to be making a Power Ranger film. We haven't got anything Power Ranger related, so I can throw it all at the wall to see what sticks."
See, now I'd argue that what is the character-driven stuff? There is nothing in this
You
movie
get to know the
that
characters
drives-
in the
You don't.
sense that we get to learn about their struggles, also their attitudes, and also why they're teenagers with attitude in the first place. We
okay.
get to know the characters. We get to be invested in what they are doing. But
Okay, so let's look at Kimberly, right? Kimberly is a nude-sending, revenge porn, boyfriend, face punching. Oh, I'm gonna play the victim.
that's
Feel
a teen-
sorry for me.
That's
How
a
can
modern
you get-
teenager, unfortunately. That's
But
how
you-
modern
how-
teenagers are.
How do you get invested in that? And fucking Jason comes out with, "You did an awful thing. You're not an awful person." So okay, Hitler killed the Jews. He's not an awful person.
No, he's
yes,
an awful person.
yes, that's a bit of a
Hitler
hyperbolic
killed
example.
the Jews and then feel really bad about it.
Yeah, like
Maybe
yes,
he did,
that's a
maybe
bit
that's why he hung himself. He's
It's
like,
like-
oh shit, what have I done?
They're all redeeming in the fact that they do get redeeming qualities throughout the film. You actually get to know them.
but
Also, the bonfire
Kimberly-
scene, you actually
Kimberly
really get to
literally-
know them as
Kimberly
characters.
literally trashes her ex-boyfriend's car. because she thinks she's the victim. That's not redeeming. She's a bitch.
Honestly, like, the way I look at the characters is they're highly flawed in so many ways. But the problem is, I have that sense, like, that even though they're highly flawed, and I could see some of their problems and what they're trying to do, the problem is it's hard for me to get behind someone like Kimberly and Jason, and it's a lot easier for me to get behind, like, you know, the Black Ranger and the Blue Ranger, because they're legitimately, they have, like, like they have a more, they're not douchebaggy. Like the Black Ranger, the Asian, all he's trying to do is, you know, he's like taking care of his mom and he's just kind of spending time out there and he's kind of like, oh, okay, I like this story. But then, yeah, Kimberly comes on and she's like, look at me. Oh, no one likes me. I'm like, bitch, you're like the what, hottest chick in school? Nobody likes you? Like,
yeah, Kimberly doesn't have to work that hard. We all fancied anyway. Or the actress, rather.
Yeah.
I mean, the yellow one was hotter in this movie.
Yeah, and then...
Good luck with the yellow one.
Yeah.
I think she doesn't like boys.
It doesn't matter.
I liked her character. I thought the Yellow Ranger was really interesting.
She was probably the best written one out of the lot. Like, everyone else was just no.
I mean, you can say this. I mean, I would say this, that in this movie, each of these characters, you learn more about who they are than you do about any of the characters in the Transformers films across how many movies? And they've done it in one with 5 characters. That's pretty. I mean, that's why the first half is so long and drawn out, because, well, you have to introduce 5 characters.
Yeah, but it's kind of like it's so jarring, because one minute Jason's Jason, and next minute he's all like, "No, this is my team," and it's like, "Bitch, it's been 5 minutes." Like, you're gonna play the slow development card. Play the slow development card.
You know, I'm glad you say that, because they have the slow development, right? But it takes place across a couple of days. And the thing I kind of found stupid was at the end when the Blue Ranger, quote unquote, dies, right? And he's brought back by the power of the grid or whatever the fuck. How did he get brought back to life? What?
Zordon did what he was going to do.
Right.
But he put the essence into...
So it's like he drowns or whatever, but there was also a moment earlier in the script where they could have done the same... Like, there's a little bit of a disconnect there with how that thing works. Because, like, he could bring people back to life by giving that up, and it wasn't just kind of made clear about what the hell they're talking about. Like,
no,
it wasn't clear how it was magic. It was it was just magic.
It's like you need the morphing grid to morph. It's like, okay, but you need the morphing grid for Zordon to come out of the ship. It's kind of like, well, why can't Zordon do the morphing grid?
Because he's old.
Like, is it because he gave up the coin? You can explain this?
I mean, I thought maybe that he was slowly regenerating power or something since the Rangers found the coins or something. I mean,
possibly.
They didn't explicitly state that. That's just sort of what I guessed.
Also, the worst product.
Yes, I was just about to get on that.
But
do you know what?
Sorry, that is offensive.
When she ate the donut, yeah, I agree. That was kind of offensive. But when she was like, Dunkin' Donuts? Is this an important place? It must be. That I thought was funny, and then they completely ruined it.
It's like there's Man of Steel, and then Man of Steel's laughing at this.
I was going to say, this is worse than Zack Snyder. No, like, this is worse than Zack Snyder doing the thing. It's like, we meant to make our world feel real. Turkish Airlines, Turkish Airlines, Turkish Airlines. I'm like, Jesus, guys, like...
you can tell that half of this movie's budget came from Dunkin' Donuts. It literally stops for her to eat a donut. It's like, come on.
I mean, the first joke, I mean, maybe I'm the only one who liked the first joke when she was riffing on, like, it must be an important place for it to be buried there. I mean, I thought that was kind of meta and funny, and I thought that was, like, a tongue-in-cheek way of doing it. It's just, it is such a shame they had to ruin it. Because, I mean, you can do product placement. I mean, at that point...
You can, like, product placement has its place in films. Like, product placement is fine. Like, I don't have a problem with it unless it actually becomes the movie. And it became the movie in this. And the fact that the movie wasn't great, it's kind of like, well, you just solidified, like, this movie is garbage. It's just like, why? Like, you didn't need that in there. Like, the Zeo crystal could have been underneath or in the ship, which would have made far more sense.
Pete Ross didn't need to work at an IHOP either.
Well, no, he didn't, but like the movie didn't stop for that.
Yeah. I mean, did the Dunkin' Donuts get destroyed in the movie as well?
Yeah, like literally,
so
the way they press play in the movie is Goldar just breaks like the roof in.
Oh,
it's
right,
like, okay.
It's been a while since I watched it, but
I literally watched it.
No. Oh, before someone corrects us, it's Krispy Kreme, unless it was different in the UK.
Oh yeah, of course it is. Yeah, Krispy Kreme. Yeah, fuck.
We don't really have big donut things as much in the UK, so I just like every brand is the
it's
same.
like Generico.
I might have said Jim Hortons a bit. Yeah, that's Canadian.
Yeah.
Jim Hortons. I was getting confused with Jim Henson.
Jim Hortons.
Just Kermit selling
That's
donuts.
good. I don't like. I have hope for the franchise that going on from this moment, like after the first movie, is a slow burn, and then it loses its mind in the third act. I have hope that the entire next movie is going to be more Power Rangers, but then at the end of the movie, Jason just like puts his sword or whatever back. He's like, and they do the Avengers thing where he's like, "I'll call you when I need you," and I'm like, "Oh."
Yeah, it's. Oh.
Yeah, they didn't need to do that. They could have just said, "Well, this isn't going to stop, so you might as well just hold on to the powers. We're going to have weekly adventures now." Just like, make a tongue-in-cheek.
And this is kind of like, why isn't the sword part of the suit?
Yeah, I figured the sword morphed out of the suit somehow, like you said. Because I mean, that's kind of how the one on the Zord sword appeared, wasn't it? It just sort of came out of nowhere.
Yeah, it's got like a little wrist blade if you look at the toy. But
yeah, but I don't know when it's like not out, you can't really see it on the suit model. So they basically created that just for the shot.
Yeah,
it's magic.
It's weird because like. I like the movie. Like I said, I like the elements it's doing. I like how it's doing new stuff with Power Rangers, but I don't like the weird disconnects. And Rita okay, so...
Rita, I really liked Rita.
I thought she was...
I thought, honestly, like...
That's why I liked her.
I thought she was chewing the scenery...
People like it because she was...
Like, I thought she was chewing the scenery as bad, if not worse, than Paul Giamatti as Rhino in The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Like, she was fucking chewing the shit out of that.
People were saying that she was channeling William Shatner, and I can kind of see it, like, going back over, but yeah.
So why couldn't you use the original thing instead of the movie one?
Well, I mean, I was pissed off in the sound mix when the Power Rangers theme played that they didn't use like an orchestral version of it, like they just played a rock version. I think
it's the original movie one.
Yeah, it was just like a little amped up, yeah.
That
has that ridiculous 80s power.
I fucking love that though, man.
What the fuck is this?
I love the shit out of it.
I just wanted... I wanted big orchestra. I wanted them to finally have the balls to adapt the theme tune into an orchestral piece.
But you can't... It was perfectly timed, though. It was played at the right moment. When
of course, but that's
the right moment. But, like, in the tone of the general tone of the film, like, it's so jarring. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I'd be happier, like, hearing it on a car radio earlier in the film or something. Like, that would have been... Like, it just sounded off. The sound mix didn't sound right.
It
sounded cheap.
It sounded like someone went to see a test screening of this, and they basically a load of people put down where was the Power Rangers theme, and they thought, I'm going to put it. Let's just add it here. It makes sense. It works.
I mean,
also, it doesn't.
But even the sound quality of the audio file they used to play the music sounded like an inferior sound quality, almost like somebody's phone had it as a ringtone, and it was going off in the seat in front of you. Like, that's sort of what it sounded like weird. To me, only louder.
Also, why couldn't we have gotten the tank mode? Like, I was fully expecting that when
that would be
something.
It's just like, come on, let's see how they actually like fuse together, not just they've fallen down and got back up in one. And like, what the fuck is this?
I can imagine when it came to designing the toys, they got to the point when they're designing, went, okay, how all this shit gonna merge together? Right, we haven't figured out a way to do it. Okay, fuck it, just form in a big frying pit and then merge together.
It's like, who cares? We haven't got it in the budget anyway.
He merged together with magic.
Yeah.
Everything in this movie just seems like it's a magical explanation. There's not anything. Even like Zordon kind of makes fun of this. Like, you are the Power Rangers.
Honestly, to me, I would have rather seen a movie based on the prologue, which is based, Zordon and his fall with the ring. I wish we got that movie instead.
What an intro to the movie. That was exactly what I wanted to see for the intro. Yeah. Never expected to see that.
Yeah, so...
And the suits did look better in motion as well. I know we shit on the suits for a long time. I seriously think the suits worked pretty well.
They look too much like bowling.
I reckon if the colours were more matted and not glossy like a bowling ball, like Mitch said, I think they would look better.
I don't know. I kind of want a Power Rangers bowling ball now. Like a Power Rangers helmet
bowling alley.
ball. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, honestly, my wish for the suit was, I wish they didn't have those alien-looking weird texture that just kind of like is everywhere. But saying that, I'm not saying I dislike it, but I think if they had a cleaner look on them, like imagine Iron Man's suit if it was just covered in like freaking like I don't know honeycomb pattern. It would look too distracting, and that's what their suits kind of look like. Like there's too much going on in the simplicity of how they're based.
It's not. I mean, it even looks messy because it's not even like perfect honeycomb pattern. It's the same sort of shapes that Zordon's face comes out of the wall.
Yeah, it's
like,
all just like little lumps. Like
yeah,
skin textured, and you've got those stupid blue lines, and so what's the point?
And that's part of it. It leaves it looking a little bit muddy, for my opinion. Yeah. It could have done with being a little bit cleaner.
I did like though that they came out of the skin.
Yeah.
And like, that's the suits are in you at all times. It's just...
You know what it looks like to me? It looks like one of those, you know, those really old bouncy ball, those glitter bouncy balls you get as a kid. It looks like one of those sort of colouring sort of thing. Like you put glue on it and it drops. Yeah,
I know exactly what you mean. Yeah. I don't know what they call them in America. Like, we just call them bouncy balls, but those ridiculously bouncy balls bounce them over your house.
Yeah.
So, I guess we'll wrap up the Power Rangers talk. Overall, we're all over the place. We even the ones that like it, like me, I still have plenty of complaints about it, but I think it's a good foundation, and I feel like it's going to end up being like those movies where the first one is iffy, and if it gets a second one, and that's a big if, I think they'll improve it. But
I don't think it's going to get a second one, unfortunately.
It depends how well it does in China.
Yeah.
Look at my. Oh, I suppose it has got a good shot over there. Because I
it
assume
didn't
Power
even
Rangers
open at number one, and it's already jumped down to like what 3 or 4. So.
And so it had like a 65%.
What I mean, if you want to see this film in Russia, it's rating 18 out there for some weird reason.
It's because it's got a gay character.
Yeah, the gay thing, yeah.
Has anyone like seen any reviews come out of Japan about this? Because I'd love to know what.
I don't think it's open there yet.
No, it's not.
Oh, I can't wait to see what the Japanese audience thinks of this, because
they'll probably like what the.
They'll probably be really angry.
Well, here's the thing: does Transformers do well in
Asia? No, not critic-wise,
Oh.
but fucking money-wise, they print shit over there.
Well, then there you go. It's probably going to do good.
Well, will it though?
Unfortunately,
But will it though? Because it's it's
I
nothing
hope-
like the Sentai. It actually spits in the face of the Sentai shit.
yeah, it's true.
I heard that like in Japan they don't really like Power Rangers because of that. Like the original, like all the ones that we know from America and whatever. Apparently they're not that popular over there. So I wonder what they'll think of the big budget movie based around a
Well,
rip.
hopefully they don't go and see it, so I never have to watch it again. That's just me.
Well, we'll probably end up doing a riff at some point.
Yeah,
So you got to
that's
watch it one
true.
more time.
Oh god. I can drink in there. I can't drink in my cinema.
That is a good
I
point.
can't drink in my cinema. I tell a lie.